It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60, go!
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Ready?
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Here we go, here we go.
Another carry for it. Broke through the tackle. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They're set up at the 35 now.
18. Let's go. Hut, hut.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Ooh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Working quickly here.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cowboy 80. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 14. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
18, Pioneer. Ready?
Throwing from the gun here. Launches one deep downfield. It's a Cleveland touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on their opening drive. And defensively, ooh, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Okay, ready?
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go, shot.
Here's the one back on the handoff. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Ready?
Brought in left side by Jones. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
Pace, 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 pace. Let's go.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Take go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to it. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it would really break the backs of the defense.
Man in motion, out of the slot. 2nd and 4. Wow, wide open here, complete. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set, go.
Back now, pressure on its way. Hits on the out route. And he'll have it up to at the 23-yard line on the play.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready? 19 Lions. Get up.
From the 23. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Go!
Throw left side, complete. The defenders are there to get him at the line. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
60 Bison, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler, 18 Panther 60, Panther Cup 19, Cup 19. Hut, hut.
2nd and 10 now. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
60. 79 Broncos. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Bronco 80.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Set. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
We're going for this. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at third and very long. Pass play coming here. Going deep on it. And the Browns pick it up.
Hey, a normal old stop at third down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go, here we go. 19 tight, 19 tight. Dragon 60. Hook.
Throwing now, following the turnover. He's got Harris. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Go.
They'll run now on second down. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. They give it to him again. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. Angling this one in for the right hash to challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll go down and I'll say right at the 39-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
70 Lions.
Second and 1. Pitts brings it in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work.
60
Help reset those
60
chains.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Throwing now on first down. Able to find Jones. And he gets absolutely fucked to end that one.
Back to 60. Back to
Those are hurry up offense here. From the 38. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Ready. Back row 80.
We'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And all that pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, the quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Viking 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hawk 70, Hawk.
Airing it out to start this drive. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
19. Ready, ready. Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Check go.
First down from the red zone. He brings it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield.
Cowboy!
His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Come on, set. 70 Timberwolf. Go.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
70 Lions. Let's go now.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Complete on the option. Touchdown, Cleveland. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on a quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down.
Here we go.
Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Into the hands of Pitts. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
That finds offensive timeouts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Here we go, set. Ready.
They are throwing it again. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Panther 60.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
They'll throw it again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut my losses and avoid such a negative play.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you check down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Cougar 19. 79 Bronco. Ready, ready. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Set go.
He's dropping back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hook.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Tiger. 19 Tiger. Come on. Set. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Get up.
Throwing it again here. Pass it down close. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Kickoff taken at the 3. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. That's exactly what they did.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I mean, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Viking 18.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That's Thomas. He's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Cowboy 80. Reno.
They'll run here on first down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18. Let's go.
Back to the well again. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stops.
Let's go.
Offense up to the line fast.
70 Lion.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Working quickly
60
here.
Bison, 60 Bison. Panther 60, Panther 60. Bronco 80. Mustang 19. Ready?
From the 33 on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
18, Pioneer. 19, Lion. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He beams one deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Trap 60. Set go.
2nd and 10 now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Offense in the hurry up here.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. The Browns are lining up to punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Falcons will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's cut along one sideline. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Looking to the air here. Pitts brings it in. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I call it about the 12-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go now. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Hawk 7.
Setting up a throw. Short pass brought in. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Cowboy 80. Set.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Browns ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
70 Rangers. 70.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coach just happened. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Got it. Ready?
They're set up at the
Panther
35
11,
now.
Panther 11. Here we go. Here we go. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Hut, hut.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's got Harris. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Let's go. Ready?
Hand off now from the gun. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Set. 18. Pioneer. Ready?
From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Ready? Ready, ready?
A give now from the gun. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Set up. 19 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Set go.
2nd down, looking for options. This throw is good. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns keeping the offense out on the football field. They want 2 here.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Cup 19. Cup. Chap 60. Chap 60. 79 Bronco. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hut.
He's throwing for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
They send the tight end in motion left.
Go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He tosses right to the short side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A dose of the hurry-up offense
70
here.
Lions. Hut, hut.
Here's 2nd and 11. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. Because once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After 60, after 60. Ready?
To the air, third and long. He's going deep this time. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go!
Plowing up the middle. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Ready?
The give here on 2nd. And 2nd verse, same as the 1st. He's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if
Let's
this
go now.
3rd down is unsuccessful.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready?
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And this buys them some much-needed breathing room up across the 5. Now, before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Offense going for it here, 4th and 5.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 tight, 19 tight. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Take go.
Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Taking his shot deep down. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Stephanie.
Defense gets there to force a small loss. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
The Browns are lined up to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. It'll bounce kicks out of bounds, and he could not have hit this much better. That's going to pin him at their own 5-yard line. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down.
Okay, ready?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
And up.
Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. So the Browns come away with the win. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week.